Have you heard about the amazing benefits of Batana oil, but still not quite sure how to use it? Well, I got you. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Karen with Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, so I specialize in hair loss. And I'm the owner and creator of the Curl House product line and the Curl House Academy, Let's Get Growing program. And today we are going to talk about Batana oil again. I say again because I have posted a few videos on my channel about Batana oil and they just kind of took off. And with them taking off, people had a lot of questions about how do you actually use it. So today I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can actually use Batana oil to benefit your hair and scalp. But before I even talk about those 5 ways, I have to point out that you have to make sure that you get real, authentic Batana oil, because even me, I got bamboozled. I bought a fake Batana oil, and that's why I did a video on it, on how you can determine whether or not it's real or not, because I got bamboozled myself. So if you didn't see that video, I'll make sure I pop it up above. But make sure, guys, that you are buying a real Batana oil, because there are so many knockoffs. A real Batana oil looks like this. This is the one that I recommend. I'll make sure I put the link below if it's something that you want to get, but make sure you're getting a real one. It looks like this. Has a very interesting smell. It smells like, I don't know, burnt popcorn, burnt coffee, some version of the two. But anyway, it is very, very effective for your hair and scalp. And again, I'm going to tell you 5 ways to use it. Number 1, use it for a quick treatment to reduce your single strand knots and to give your hair a moisture boost. So when I say a quick treatment, use it about 30 minutes or 1 hour before you shampoo your hair, and make sure you target the ends of your hair. The ends of your hair is the oldest part of your hair, the part of your hair that's most susceptible to breakage, and it is the driest. So you can use the oil and apply it directly to your ends. You can apply it all over if you like, but we really want to target the ends of our hair. Again, it's the driest part of the hair. And if you are trying to really maximize length and you're noticing that your hair is not getting the length that you desire, you're not able to retain the length, then that may be a moisture issue. So the oil, when you apply it to the ends, let it stay on for about 30 minutes to an hour. Because the ends are old, then the oil will definitely penetrate the shaft, and then rinse it out. And when you rinse it out and shampoo your hair, you will notice that your single strand knots will be reduced, because that extra coating of oil on the ends will provide that slip and lubrication to your hair, so that when you are washing and detangling your hair, your ends won't get tangled. It will reduce the knots, and reduce knots means you're not going to experience breakage. So that's the first way to use it. Use it on those ends to minimize breakage. And the second way that you can use Batana oil is as a pre-poo, or as a overnight treatment. So I recommend that you do a pre-poo about 8 hours before you shampoo your hair. So typically that means overnight. So you are going to apply the Batana oil all throughout your hair shaft. And what I typically recommend, you apply it all over. You can put your hair in big chunky twists depending on the length of your hair. Put a plastic cap on your hair before you go to bed. And then the next day you'll wash it out. So what that does, it minimizes the swelling of your hair when you actually wet it. So when your hair is wet, it does swell. Your hair is weaker when it's wet, and your hair can experience some protein loss when it's wet too. So doing a pre-poo with oil prior to shampooing your hair minimizes that process, and it deeply conditions the hair as well. Your hair will feel amazing if you're using this oil as a pre-poo. It's also going to help your hair with detangling when you do a pre-poo, so it minimizes all of those knots, because you are going to have a good coating of oil on your hair, and it will definitely provide lubrication to your hair. So a pre-poo is another way that you can use Batana oil. Now, the third way that you can use Batana oil is as your sealant. So you can put it on your hair and leave it in your hair and not wash it out. Now, I caution you, if you are someone with gray hair like me, I don't use Batana oil all throughout my hair shaft and leave it in, because from my experience, it did discolor my gray hair and made it brown. Now, when you wash your hair, of course, you'll rinse out the discoloration, but who wants to walk around with brown hair? I don't. So I caution you, if you are someone with gray hair, you may not want to use it and keep it in your hair all day as a sealant. But if you don't have that issue with gray hair, and if you want to keep it in your hair for multiple days, you can. It will make your hair feel so soft, you all. It is like intense softness and manageability. So you can also use this oil and keep it in your hair. If you want to two-strand twist your hair, put a little moisturizer in your hair and twist it with the oil, that's an option. Or if you want to apply it after just applying your moisturizing product and put a little oil to your hair, that's an option as well. It also goes well under styling products as well. But I caution you, less is more. If you're putting too much, it will make your hair greasy. So particularly if you are someone with fine hair, so you may want to put a little bit if you are someone with fine hair, but it definitely has conditioning properties, manageability, and softness. So you can use it in your hair and keep it in your hair. But remember, less is more. Now, the fourth way you can use it, you can mix it with other oils. So you can make your own oil concoction. So I talked about the way it smells. For some people, the smell is very strong. So if you still want the benefit of this super nourishing oil, but you don't want to smell the smell of burnt coffee or burnt popcorn, like I said, I read all your comments and I learned so much about your thoughts in terms of how this oil smells, but it does have a very distinct smell. If you want to mix it with other oils, it does blend fabulously with other oils. Castor oil is a great blend. Jojoba oil is another way that you can use it, or even olive oil or coconut oil. You can make your own oil concoction and apply that to your hair and leave that in your hair if you prefer to use it that way. But it is highly nourishing. So again, it can be used on its own, or you can blend it with other oils. And the fifth and final way that I recommend that you use Batana oil is when you do your scalp massage. Yes, you can use it directly on your scalp. Batana oil is full of vitamin A, full of vitamin E, excellent for the hair and excellent for the scalp and the hair follicles as well. You can apply a little bit to your scalp and massage it in. Now, keep in mind, I am emphasizing a little bit. You do not need a lot. You all know that I am not a big proponent of applying a lot of oils to your scalp all the time, particularly if you have scalp issues, particularly if you're dealing with certain types of hair loss, particularly if you're dealing with certain types of scalp disorders, because too much oil can disrupt your natural scalp's microbiome. So, and you don't want that. So if you are going to use it directly to your scalp, do not get in the habit of using it every day. I recommend that you use it maybe once a week or even twice a week, depending on the condition of your scalp. But you can apply it to your scalp and massage it in depending on your hair regimen. You can also apply it the night before you shampoo your hair, massage it in, and then rinse it out the next day. That way you won't have the oil lingering on your scalp for extended periods of time. You can apply it to the scalp and rinse it out the next day. Okay, guys, I hope this answered some of your questions on ways you can use this Batana oil. So make sure you use it. Your hair and scalp will thank you for it. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like the channel so that you do not miss a video in the future. And until we talk again, stay fabulous.